We'll be focusing on our upper body, side body stretches, twists, opening through the shoulders. I have a blanket and a pillow, a few blocks, and if you have any other props, feel free to get them as well. And we'll start in a relaxing Shavasana or constructive rest, unless there is a different shape that you would rather start in. Use any props you have around that make you feel comfortable. If being on your back is a little bit too much for your low back or just unpleasant for whatever other reason, let yourself find a shape that feels good. We don't start on our side very often, but know that that's always an option. And sometimes when there are any sort of low back issues or even some discomfort in your digestive system, it might not feel very pleasant to be on your back. So feel free to start on your side. Once you are in a shape you would like to start this practice in, take a moment to shake out any areas of tightness. Maybe sigh out through your mouth a couple times to release any tension in your face, in your chest. Maybe even flutter your lips. And when you're ready, surrender the weight of your body into the props underneath you. Surrender the control of your breath and the control of your thoughts. Sometimes we work hard at everything, that we bring that attitude into yin and restorative yoga practice, that we can will our way into poses, even into mental and emotional states. And instead, I would like you to do one simple thing. Focus on your breath. Notice your inhales, your exhales. Notice the way your body reacts to your breath. Any areas that feel spacious, any areas that feel restricted. Thoughts will come up. Bring your awareness back to your breath. And notice your whole being soften as you keep your awareness. Every time your awareness shifts away from you, bring it back into your breath. And without forcing, we'll start to lengthen our inhales and exhales. We'll do it in this pattern. This is a variation of Dirga Pranayama. We'll inhale 1/3 of the breath at a time with a gentle pose, and exhale all at once with long, relaxed breaths out. You can listen a few rounds and join in when you're ready. Inhale to prepare. Exhale everything out. Inhale 1/3 of your breath. Pause. Inhale second third. Pause. Inhale, fill up all the way. Pause. Exhale smoothly out. Squeeze all of the stale air out. Inhale 1/3. Pause. Inhale second third. Pause. Inhale all the way up. Pause at the top. Exhale slowly without forcing, but let your breath empty out. A few more times. Inhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Fill up all the way. Pause. Exhale. 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 Continue on your own. Maybe your breath starts to become slower and deeper. Let that happen. And take 3 more full rounds. No rush whatsoever. After your 3rd round, let your natural breath come back. Notice the effects of this pranayama on your body-mind. And when you're ready to move, bring the movements back. Gently wiggle your toes, your fingers. Move your head side to side, unless there is a cat in the way. And eventually we'll make our way into a child's pose. So if you're on your back, you can bend your knees, roll over to one side. If you are in any other shape, just make your way into child's pose that way. And for this child's pose, use any props, or don't use any of them, totally up to you. I like to support my hips so my feet are a little bit wider, and support the other end of my bolster or pillow So I have a little bit of space to thread my hands underneath. And if being on your knees is uncomfortable, you can place a blanket under your shins. You can also bring your hips up higher, or maybe do this shape on your back by hugging your knees into your chest and holding onto the backs of your thighs. All right, this will be a restorative more than a yin posture, but we are focusing on our side body. So I want you to find very gentle lengthening through your spine as you relax in this shape. You can bring one ear down. I will let you know when we're about halfway through. So you can switch the direction in which you face, or you can lower your forehead down and stay like that the entire time. Maybe you notice a little bit more space for your ribcage to slide away from your hips. Know that you are free to make any adjustments your body needs. If you're facing to one side, gently pick up your head and place the opposite ear down. Slowly bring yourself up. Move the props you have out of the way. Come into a tabletop for a few rounds of cat-cow or any other movements that feel good here. And we'll find a wide-legged forward fold twist with an option of bending one knee. Sit with your legs extended in front of you. You can use a blanket under your hips. And take your feet wider than your hips. Doesn't have to be 90 degrees as long as it's a little wider than your legs straight parallel. And if this is not comfortable, you're going to bend your right knee and bring your right foot towards your left inner thigh, calf, maybe even in front of you a little bit, away from your hips. I like to use blocks for this posture, so if you have some, have them ready. If not, maybe any props that you have around to support your upper body between your leg and your torso, or no props at all. Let yourself lengthen through your spine as you inhale. Turn towards your left leg and start to lower down. You can start small with your chin tucked in. You can lower down a lot or a little bit. Your head can hang in the air, or you can support your arms with your props. Maybe your forehead with your props. Notice if you are clenching your jaw, let your teeth separate. Let your tongue relax. Let your shoulders slide down your back. Release the weight of your body down into the support underneath it, and notice how it helps you find a little bit more depth in your forward fold. Just a few more rounds of breath here. Start to bring yourself back up. Use your hands to support you. If you'd like to give your legs a little break, you can bend your knees and windshield wiper your knees side to side a few times. And when you're ready, find your seat with a twist towards the right leg this time. We're looking for a similar degree of sensation, so that would be similar feeling of stretching your right hamstrings as you did on the left side. And even if you did not or did bend your knee on the first side, see what you need to do here. Your shape might look a lot or slightly different, and we want it to feel the same rather than look the same. Once you're ready, start to lower yourself down, maybe just tucking your chin, maybe propping your elbows or your forehead. Bring around to breath in this forward fold. Slowly bring yourself back up. If that felt nice to bend your knees and windshield wiper them side to side a few times, use your hands to help your knees come up. Lean back, move your legs as fast or as slow as feels good. And come back up to the center. Soles of the feet together, feet further away from your hips than you would normally do for Baddha Konasana. We want this to be more of a diamond shape for our legs or with our legs. And the props that you use, if you use any, might actually go inside of your Diamond. I like to make a little bit of a ramp here for myself, but you can start with just tucking your chin in. Another option without any props that might feel good for some of you is bringing your arms under your shins and your hands towards your feet. Maybe your forehead releases down onto the floor or the props. Try a few things. Know that you can always come out or let go of the props, and we'll be here for a few minutes. Take one full inhale and exhale. Slowly bring yourself back up. Move any props you have in front of you out of the way. And use your hands to help your knees come up, straighten your legs, shake them out. If there is any other movement that feels good, feel free to do that as well. Let's lower down onto our backs. Have your pillow or blanket nearby just in case, and we'll find a supine twist. Lower down onto your back. Reach your left arm back And roll over onto your left side first. Oh, so many cats, not enough space. We're going to take some movements with our top arm, our right arm. There is not enough space behind you or around you. You can bend your elbow and bring your hand onto your shoulder. Let's see. All right. Bring your left arm in front of you. And go ahead, close your right hand over the left. Inhale, open up into a twist, reach back. Exhale, close your hands together. A few more times with your breath. You can let yourself move as fast or slow as you wish. And if you want to add a little bit more depth to your twist, feel free to bring your left hand onto your right knee. So you gently press your knees down, especially as you reach away from them. Take 3 more rounds of breaths. And eventually stay in your twist. You might choose to use some props between or under your knees and let your left arm fall out to the side, or you can stay as you are, totally up to you. Slow down your breaths, deepen your inhales and exhales. And slowly come out. Bring yourself back through the center. Might feel nice to pause in a constructive rest shape with your knees bent or in Shavasana with your legs straight. Feel any differences between the two sides of your body. And if you'd rather move to release the long held pose, feel free to do that as well. We're going to roll over onto the right side. Send your right arm back. Roll over onto the right. Give yourself a few moments to settle in. And then reach your right hand forward. Close your left palm over the right. Inhale, open up into twist. Exhale, bring your palms together. Few more times with your breath. And if you wish to, use your right hand to keep your knees close to the ground and together. One more round of breath here. And we'll stay in our twist. Props or no props. Remember, we're looking for a similar degree of sensation. And what your shape looks like exactly might be a little or a lot different. Slowly bring yourself back out. Paws on your back, legs straight or knees bent. And when you're ready to move, roll over onto your belly. Have a black or a folded blanket near you just in case. And we'll find half frog. You don't need a blanket under your face like I will, but if you have one there, it might feel pretty nice to keep it. And scoot to the left side of your space. Bring your right knee out. And bring your right palm in line with your elbow. Let the inside of your right leg relax down. Let your right upper arm relax down. We'll be here for a few rounds of breath. You'll have an option to stay here longer or add a shoulder stretch. You can stay in this shape if you feel content exactly where you are. If you'd like to add a shoulder stretch, come on up onto your left forearm and slide your right hand under your left armpit. I like to use a block under my forehead so not all of the weight of my torso is squishing my arm down. If you don't have a block, it might feel nice to bring your left hand into a fist and support your head with that fist. We'll be here for about 5 rounds of breath. You can turn your right palm up if that feels good for your shoulder. One more big inhale and exhale. Use your left hand to help you come out of this shape. Reach your right arm out and pause for a moment. Maybe open and close your hand a few times. Go ahead, slide your right foot down next to the left. If you feel any unpleasant sensation in your low back, bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet a few times, side to side. I'm using the opportunity to scoot to the right side of my mat. When you're ready, do that as well. And this time your left knee out, somewhat in line with your hip, your left hand in line with your left elbow. Let yourself relax. One more big inhale and exhale. And you can stay here, or if you added a shoulder stretch on the first side and you would like to try it on this side as well, bring your right elbow up and slide your left hand under the right armpit. Use a block or your right hand folded into a fist to help you support your head. One more big inhale and exhale. When you're ready to move, uncross your arms, let your left arm relax so the blood can rush back into your left arm. Maybe close and open your hand a few times. Slide your left foot down. Keep your legs together or windshield wiper your feet side to side a few times. And use your hands, press yourself up into a tabletop. Couple of rounds of cat-cow might feel nice for the spine and the shoulders. Any other movements? And we'll set up for a gentle heart opener. So we've been working on the back line of our body, on the sides, the back of the upper back. And now we're going to open up through our chest. This will be more of a restorative posture, and you'll have an option to stay in it for your Shavasana. What props you use exactly depends on what props you have around you. So let me show you. We're going to create an elevation under our spine. You can use a pillow and use a block or a folded blanket or another pillow to lift the back end of your prop. If you have yoga blocks, you can use them at the back of your mat, one for the head, one for under your shoulders, and either place a bolster or a pillow over it or a folded blanket. I will be using my pillow for under my knees, but you can choose to do the opposite and use your pillow under your chest and the blanket under the knees. This is just to make the hard texture of the blocks a little bit more pleasant under our spine. So how you do it exactly depends on the props you have, and once you are ready to try out your props, come and sit with your hips in front of them. Keep your knees bent so you can lower down onto your props, and make sure that it's your upper chest and your head that are supported, and your low back can stay relaxed off your props. You can keep your knees together. You can bring your feet together, knees out wide. You can straighten your legs. You can use a pillow to support your knees. Take all the time you need to settle into this shape. You have an option to stay here for the rest of your practice. Otherwise, I will let you know when it's time to maybe release this shape and take your Shavasana on your back. Let your shoulders soften. Tuck your chin a little bit and let the back of your neck lengthen. Maybe flatter your lips or open and close your jaw a few times. If it feels right, come back to the breathing exercise that we did in the beginning of this practice. Inhale 1/3 of your breath at a time, pausing. Exhaling all of your breaths out. See if you can add a quality of gentleness to this pranayama practice. Like you're using your breath to sing a lullaby to your body and to your mind. If you feel comfortable where you are, please stay in this shape for your Shavasana. Otherwise, roll off your props and find a position that feels best. We'll be here for just a few more moments. Let yourself settle into stillness. If you crave more rest and the time allows, please stay in your Shavasana longer. Turn off your device and come back to stillness. The rest of your day is calling for you. Bring the movements back. Moving carefully, slowly. Make your way onto either side into fetal position. Use your arm under your head as a pillow. And pause on your side for a few rounds of breaths to gather your physical body, to gather your energetic body. If it feels right, set a new intention for the rest of your day, your weekend. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Press yourself up to a seat. Use your arms to help you. Any comfortable seat on your mat. Bring your shoulders over the hips, maybe even roll them up, back and down a couple of times. Hands at the heart center. Feel your breath expanding into all four sides of your ribcage. Front, back, left, right. And feel your breath expanding into the lengths of your spine. Up and down, down into your hips and up into the crown of your head. Connect to the feeling of the spaciousness, and whenever you need to recall it, take a big full breath in and out. We'll do this once more together. Exhale, empty. Inhale, fill up. Take a little bit more air in at the top. Exhale out through your mouth. Close your lips. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bow down. Namaste.